We thank God, first and foremost, for preserving Nigeria as an entity. Because what is happening in Nigeria, if it happens in any other African country, that country will be in a very serious problem. But having tried it out for these years, right from our independence in 1960, October 1, till today, Nigeria has passed through many things. And with the experimentation and experience, bitter experience of military rule and oppression and things that we have gone through, including civil war, Nigeria has not gotten to where we are going, but we are not where we started. We are on the way. We are still in the making. And we appreciate what God has done for us in keeping Nigeria for these 21 years. Actually, I think our political class have learned some lessons that it is of no use to overthrow or subvert the civilian government. And with what is happening now, in spite of our imperfection, the politicians are learning to adapt to the democratic practice. So the experimentation is working. In fact, it is true that the best military rule can never be compared with the worst civilian government. The worst civilian government is better than the best military rule. So we are, because for one thing, the citizens have the opportunity to express themselves, vote for their leaders, pick who they would want to lead them. And you find out that we have more democratic dividends than when the militaries were ruling. When in the military regime, you can never see oil or fuel. They do it the way they like it. In fact, our infrastructure dilapidated, and in fact, they were ruling us as if we were under war. So, and apart from that, we can also see that the corruption that we are fighting today, thank God that the President Muhammadu Buhari campaigned for his first term that he would fight corruption, revive the economy, and the other things that he promised to do. So I think that because of the way people have been given opportunity to express themselves and the civilians to exercise rule over the people, development under the civilian government has helped us at every level, federal, state, and local government, even though the local government is yet to become what it should be. And we are pleading that just as autonomy is being given to the judiciary, the local government should also be allowed to exercise autonomy. And in fact, I will even go on to demand or request that the INEC, who are conducting the federal and state elections, should also take on the election of the local government, so that the people being elected will be answerable to the grassroots, to the people. So that the money being given to them, they should account for it and be able to use it to develop the local governments. All the three tiers have their places within the Constitution, and we should make them to work. Local government autonomy should be granted so that the government, the administration, and the development will be brought closer to the people, just as the state is helping in developing, not just the federal. So apart from that, I think that though we have not arrived at where we are going, there is need for us to deal with some of the vestiges of the military rule, some of the baggages of the military rule that we are still carrying on. Our leaders, political leaders, some of them are still operating as though we are under the military rule. Impunity, corruption, and in fact, hijacking of opportunities and things that should be made for the people for themselves is still very rampant. And the insensitivity, the other day, Senator Ndume was suggesting that because of the COVID situation, that the National Assembly should consider working on part-time in order to save some money, in order to build up our economy, because we are going to face a very serious recession after this COVID. Because if a nation is locked down for 1 week, you know what, even 1 week strike will cost us so much, not to talk of where we are locked down for 3 months. And yet, these people will come back and be going home with fat bags, while many of the people are at the danger of losing their jobs. So I am calling on the political class, the elites of Nigeria, that they should be more mindful of the welfare of the people and be closer to their constituencies and listen to what the people are saying and see the poverty and the impoverishment in which we are living. And I must use this opportunity to appreciate those politicians who during the COVID lockdown were able to go to their constituencies and help their people, giving palliatives and support and assistance. But there were so many of them that never did anything. Is it because they did not receive what others received? In fact, we should call them to question. And because one thing that the civilian government has done is to bring our leaders closer to us and make them, because they are closer to us, they are able to understand the sufferings of the people and provide both law and the necessary things that will bring about relief to the people. And we want to encourage that the political class should continue in doing the good work they have started, but there is still so much for us to work on in order that we may be able to give good governance, leadership that will bring about development of our communities and our people. And until the lives of the people are touched, government will still be on the air and irrelevant. So let us make it relevant. The other thing I want to point out is that one of the problems of Nigeria is the problem of our elites. The common man in the street, the ordinary Nigerian, has no problem. In fact, so long as he or she meets the needs of his family, eat and have shelter and be able to survive the day, they are all right. But you find out a situation in which some politicians will fan embers of disunity and communal disharmony and clashes. Some of the things that are happening that are disorganizing our communities are things that are planned by even the leadership. And sometimes you sit down and you begin to ask, why are we like this? How can leaders plan wickedness against the people that they are leading? Look at the communal clashes, bloodletting. Even when you dig under some of the problems that we are having, Fulani herdsmen attack, the cattle rustling, and the politicians are not far-fetched in all these our problems. And in fact, I think that there is need for our political class to really do some in-house work and searching, so as to bring out that which we are expecting of them. Give us the leadership that will give hope and bring development and future to the people.